Welcome everyone to this full moon meditation from Meditation Mount in Ojai, Southern California. We're gathered in virtual space from various parts of the world, so let's begin by intentionally creating a shared field of receptivity and impression in which we can stand together for our meditation. So let's begin by taking a few deep, gentle breaths in order to be present for ourselves and for each other and for the spiritual energies available today. So breathe out, release any tension in the physical body. Breathe in a sense of deep relaxation. Breathe out any tensions in the emotional body. And breathe in a sense of calmness. And then breathe out any tensions or swirlings that may be in your mental body, your mind. Let them go. And breathe in a sense of serenity and poise. Let us now enter the space of the heart and sense the eternal flame of our essential nature burning brightly. This flame is the fire of love. As we stand heart-centered and heart-lighted, we connect heart to heart to heart with all on this call, and we weave together a matrix of community and communion. And inside this group heart, we know ourselves to be one in resonance with each other and in resonance with the one life in whom we live and move and have our being. Take a few more deep, gentle breaths inside this alignment. Then as we return to our daily awareness, let us bring with us this deep connection with each other and with the source of life. Thank you. So we're meeting in the sun sign of Libra when the full moon is in Aries. Libra is an air sign that supports the establishing of right human relationships and the ultimate equilibrium between soul and form. And you could say that our spiritual strivings are aided by Libra with all of its attendant energies. For instance, in the 5 stages of meditation that the Trans-Himalayan teachings lay out, you have concentration, meditation, contemplation, illumination, inspiration. And Libra represents the interlude between 2 activities. It describes the stage of contemplation, that stage wherein the life of the soul and its form are balanced. So it's all about balance in Libra. And we'll be reminding ourselves that the clear gift of Libra is the opportunity to achieve balance and equilibrium on all levels. So for me, there's a difference between balance and equilibrium. Equilibrium for me is a dynamic state of balance held within the heart that is always tensed towards a higher point of synthesis. And this higher point is reached through choice and equilibrium. And these opportunities are reflected in the spiritual motto of Libra, which is as follows: I choose the way that leads between the two great lines of force. I choose the way that leads between the two great lines of force. So it's interesting to note that the spirit of equilibrium is also known by another name, the spirit of peace. Because we could say that peace is attained as we stand in the place of deepest possible meaning and belonging, where the not-self no longer holds sway. And this deep place is a place we claim and occupy by an act of will, by choice. It's a place where life is fully consecrated to serving a higher purpose. So really, it's all about treading this upper middle path, as we're told in the Buddhist teachings. And this upper middle path leads between the two pairs of opposites. And if you look around the world at the moment, I guess we would all agree that it's a major task facing us collectively if we're going to liberate ourselves from the prison of polarity. We are presently in the vice-like grip of polarization and extremism, and it is tearing apart our social fabric. So how can we help? How can we utilize the energies of Libra? So it's evident that the resolution of the pairs of opposites is a collective test facing us today. And there are examples in all walks of life. For instance, there's the current battle between right-wing and left-wing positions in politics. I name politics because wise and right governance is a theme of Libra. In its purest sense, politics for me is how we choose to live together and govern ourselves so that spirit may have a suitable and conducive environment in which to dwell and gracefully manifests itself in a myriad of diverse forms. And these diverse forms all seek to express the one. So we're talking about unity in diversity. So polarization is also evident in other fields of life. It's evident in the different positions being held regarding the environmental crisis, as well as various opinions about what constitutes a right response to the global pandemic of these past few years. So all this divisiveness now occurring in the world points to an urgent need to find a higher point of resolution and synthesis, because being stuck in polarization locks and stymies the creative spirit. We're held in bondage between the two. We have to learn to tread the middle path. And this is where Libra is so helpful. This zodiacal sign and heavenly portal allows us access to higher qualities and energies that provide a propitious influence on the domain of justice, law, and governance. Something that I all believe we notice is sorely needed in these times when the rule of law is breaking down. So Libra is sometimes called the place of judgment, because it's here that the decision is made and the die is cast, marking the distinction between the ordinary wheel of life and the reverse wheel of spiritual attainment. This is treading the normal daily life of matter on the planet, and then that choice point when we decide to serve something higher and we aspire towards the soul, that changes our direction around the zodiac. And it's said that the wheel is reversed, and that allows us to place our feet firmly on the middle path, which eventually leads to wholeness and self-realization. So Libra, as you probably know, the symbol of Libra is two horizontal lines, and the upper one is in the shape of a yoke that depicts balance. So what I'd like to do now is reflect for a moment on the image associated with Libra, that of the scales of justice. Justice is always portrayed as a feminine presence. She's also blindfolded. She cannot see with earthly eyes. So being blindfolded indicates impartiality, but it also signifies that it is only with the inner eye of the soul, the eyes of the heart, that we can truly perceive and discern what is truth. And you'll notice in her right hand, the bearer of the scales of justice also carries a sword. This is the lighted sword of truth that is wielded with love in the pursuit of justice. And in the Agni Yoga teachings, it's suggested that we visualize a heart at the fulcrum point from which the scales hang, because the heart is an organ of synthesis with the special gift of right discernment or right judgment. So take another look at the scales of justice. And here in this archetypal image is something for each of us to reflect on during this full moon period. If we deeply desire truth and justice in the world, then we must first do justice to the truth of who we are as divine beings through every thought, word, and deed every day. That's the assignment, because the core of our being and truth of who we are is affirmed in what we call here at Meditation Mount the principle of essential divinity. The inner God, the inner creator. So Libra rules humanity's subjective and spiritual life. It's the point of equilibrium between the soul and the form, signifying free choice. Remember the two words in Libra, choice, equilibrium. Without choice, nothing happens. And without equilibrium and the ability to tread the middle path, we go off at a tangent. So under the influence of this sign, the point of balance or equilibrium is attained between material, personal desire and intelligent spiritual love. For the two qualities of cosmic desire are brought to the fore in the consciousness in Libra and balanced one against the other, making it possible to anchor spiritual values and energies in our daily life. And the fact that this sign is ruled esoterically by the planet Uranus provides courage and optimism, because this planet is described in the Ageless Wisdom teachings as, I quote, the embodiment of the principle of concretion and the materializing of that which is in need of objective manifestation through the bringing together of spirit and matter. It basically says, when you bring the two together, the tension between the poles creates an energy of light illumination as we aspire upwards, as we tread the upper middle way. So this path from separation to greater health and wholeness as one humanity lies in us together walking the upper way. So the upper way is the middle path where the polarities naturally converge at a higher point of synthesis, because the geometry of synthesis is the triangle. And that really is what the scales of justice depicts. And you'll remember the quote from Teilhard de Chardin. He declared that that which ascends converges. So the Libran period is therefore an excellent and opportune time to reconfigure the structures through which we expend our life energy and make our choices, so we can refocus them at this higher point of synthesis. So what we're all sensing, I believe, is the collective call to journey ever onward and upward on the spiral path of life, heeding the invitation of Libra to choose the way that leads between the two great lines of force. So holding this awareness and sensed reality as it glows and pulses in our hearts, let's prepare ourselves and allow Diana to lead us now in the full moon meditation.
Beautiful. Thank you, Michael. So here we are, poised in the balance. We just came from the autumnal equinox, equal day, equal night. And so it's, of course, in Libra. And so it's a time where we're really working with that energy of the balancing and the poise and the concentration of that balance as well. As the light is changing now, it's getting darker earlier. Everything's moving and shifting. And the opportunity for us is to work with that divine balance, like sacred balance, to find that perfect balance as conditions are changing all around us. And so these are powerful times and very important to meditate now and hold as a unified field of peace, of love, of awareness, and highest good. That is always in all world service meditations, but it's so important right now, particularly. So we're working with these energies of the pairs of opposites, right? Being the point of balance for those pairs of opposites, the opposite sides of things that's so apparent right now in our world, and the crazy teeter-tottering, right? Where it's going way over here and then way over there and then way over there. And we hold the center, right? Libra, the scales, holds the center in light and love. And so, from there, that's how we'll enter into the meditation. To use this time to balance ourselves together as a one life, to hold this field of peace and highest good for all in our meditation deep. So just start to organize yourself into where you're sitting, wherever you are in the world, and just take a few breaths, just kind of quietening the body. Noticing if there's tension in the body, concentrated areas of spiky tension, just releasing it now by your breath. As you inhale and exhale, balancing the physical body now. And gently becoming aware then of the emotional body, the teeter-totter, right? The reactive body. And feel that, first become aware of kind of the state and condition that it is. Notice it. And when we take this breath in a moment, this conscious breath together, we bring the emotional body into balance as well. So take a breath, inhale. And as you exhale, balancing the emotional body. Feeling the harmonization in the group field. Body, heart, and finally mind. Noticing the state of mind. Whatever restlessness may be there, or thinking, worry. And when you're ready to, taking a breath, inhale. And as you exhale, balancing the mental body. And there it is. Harmony, body, mind, and heart. as you feel yourself present now to this meditation with each other, with the world service meditation, with all of the conscious souls that are meditating right now around the world and in our group. And feel that heart-to-heart connection, gently aware of other groups, other beings, other ones, in every part of our world, connected. And letting the platform of our own earth, the Mother, stabilize as you send a line of light now from the heart center to the head center, and take your seat here in the head center, aware and alert, opening into the presence. Becoming aware of the overlighting soul. And as that energy keeps rising through the heart of consciousness, the heart of mind, through the heart of the soul, making these links to the group soul, the masters and teachers, through the heart of the sun, through the heart of Sirius, linking and in a moment we'll move into the silence for about 10 minutes, working with this seed thought today. We stand in the unique and particular balance for these times, balancing the pairs of opposites in divine love. We stand together in the unique and particular balance for these times, balancing the pairs of opposites in divine love. in the spirit of peace. We stand together in the unique and particular balance for these times, balancing the pairs of opposites in divine love. In the spirit of equilibrium. In the spirit of peace. 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 Om. And letting all of these pure energies align and readjust the self, your awareness, the mind, the brain, and every cell of your body, so that every atom of yourself is vibrating in harmony with this sacred balance. Letting it integrate and become part of you with your breath. So that yourself, your body, your mind, your awareness harmonizes with all of this and more. So it becomes you, it's part of you, with every breath, grounded. And when you're ready to, staying in that peace, the abiding peace that is always there, you can join me with the adapted version of the Great Invocation, or just listen, followed by 3 ohms. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into all human minds. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into all human hearts. May the coming one return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide all little human wills. The purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. So coming out of this meditation, may each of us choose to walk the higher path in life that wisely navigates a course between the pull of the poles and that leads us eventually to a reunification and healing of our presently fractured body of humanity. We're talking about reaching a place of consciousness and being where the polarities are not the differences that pull us apart, but where they represent the creative tension that can move us inexorably forward to reveal the full splendor of the human spirit. So we're going to complete our time together by pouring the blessings we have received out into the world, remembering that the spirit of equilibrium is also known as the spirit of peace. So let us invoke the presence of this great avatar, the spirit of peace, which is overlighting the earth at this time. Because the spirit of peace is seeking to take up residence on the earth, and the most suitable abode for it to occupy is the open and loving heart. So let us stand again inside the group heart that we've woven together by love, heart to heart, and open ourselves to the spirit of peace. And we will sound the Tibetan bowl 3 times, and on each sounding, we radiate out to the world a wave of deep peace. And this wave touches the hearts of all of our sisters and brothers and blesses all beings for whom Gaia is home. So let us bring ourselves into the group heart. Sense the spirit of peace filling the chalice of our group heart. And let us pour out this first wave of peace into the world. And we see the hearts and minds of all beings receptive to the second wave of peace as we send it from the heart of our group and the heart of the spirit of peace. And as we send out the third wave of peace, we declare, may peace prevail on earth. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, for your presence, your participation. And we bid you good night from all of us here at Meditation Mount, from Diana, myself, and all the production crew. And we look forward to seeing you next month. So from Meditation Mount, farewell and blessings to all beings.